right, so we got the big number one question that's going on around the draft, which I really don't care about this year's draft. I don't follow college football that much no more. I keep saying every year it's not exciting. I don't know most of the guys in the draft, NIL, but even before the NIL came in, it's just But the big question is about the edge position. Most people believe it's Brad's. I won't even say arrogance. I guess it is arrogance. His positioning. His positioning, basically, to admit that the fans and media is right. We need to get another edge. Okay, he don't want to prove us right, and I guess that's also stubbornness. But will they take edge seriously? I say no. He's still gonna wait till the 4th, 5th, 6th round, day 3 of the draft to get an edge. I'm telling y'all right now. Last year they went in there with Marcus Davenport. They knew Josh Pascal wasn't gonna play. Alquay Muhammad, A. Hutchinson, and I think Pat O'Connor, who got injured. And the other big fella got injured too. He retired. I forget his name. I like the big fella, white boy. What was his name? Somebody said in the comments. Said he played defensive end too, and I think he got injured. I think he retired. But it's just his stubbornness and his arrogance, to do so. And he just want to prove to y'all that, we don't need no edge. I could do it my way. And it's going to end up being, crippling the team. So edge is still not important to him. It's not. It should be a priority. And left tackle and tackle be a priority. Will he mess around and take a corner? Will he mess around and take a receiver, a guard, a safety, a linebacker? In day 1 or day 2, will he mess around and take a receiver? Will he take I'm trying to think of some other positions. I pretty much named them all. Safety. Who knows, bro? He all about BPA and best player available, and this is how we gonna do it. And I say this as a side note. There's some questions we got about some guys on the roster that got to deliver from last year. In previous years, Terrion Arnold in a critical year. It's either Flo to get cut, and it's Rackstraw to either at least be healthy or get cut. Isaac Tesla, you need to see a jump. Tyleek Williams, you need to see a jump. So it's some guys on the roster that's in the last 2 drafts, they got to prove something. And then you go about three drafts ago, you got guys that still got to prove something. Samuel Porter come back healthy. Brian Branch come back and prove he still can be athletic, and he proved that he can run. So there's a lot of question marks across the board. Can Lee McNeil come back to form? But like I said, we only gonna see. Man, he might for day 1 and day 2. He may not take a tackle. He might not take a guard. He might go 4th, 5th round and take an edge and take a tackle and say, "Cool, we okay, we fine." Come on. But I know one thing for sure: he ain't gonna play with Jared Goff. He gonna protect Jared Goff. So I know that for sure. He gonna protect Jared Goff. He gonna protect Jared Goff. I'll tell you that right now. He gonna protect Jared Goff. By any means necessary, he gonna protect Jared Goff. So that's what I can say. As far as the edge, I mean, shit, I think most of y'all already gave up on the Lions in 2026. Y'all don't want to admit it. And obviously the ticket sales, the season ticket sales says something different. But I think all y'all that mentally already checked out. I know they say they got they projected to have the weakest schedule of all NFL. But I believe a lot of y'all checked out. In my opinion, I think a lot of y'all feel like I feel like you don't feel nothing. The Red Wings, they failed to live up to expectations. After the Red Wings, the Tigers starting off slow. The Pistons sputtering, so this ain't game 2, ain't been playing yet if I'm recording this. So yeah, I know a lot of y'all feel it a certain type of way. But the draft is just like, I think the Lions, once they missed that 15-2 mark, once they missed that year, I think the spirit of the city is just gone. I think last year it wasn't a horrible year. And it wasn't a great year, but I think that was it. I think that in people's spirit, I think that was it. And then you see the Pistons take off the way they took off. You thought the Wings was gonna really turn that corner. They just missed the playoffs, I believe. And the Tigers, they got cold bats at the end. Still ain't got enough. I think a piece of a lot of I think a piece of us died with that team. That was our best moment. I think our shit. I think a lot of us just like, but his arrogance and his stubbornness, he probably not gonna take a edge into the day 3, that or later in the draft. That's what I believe his philosophy is. He want to build a defense. He want to stop the run and get good cover corners. I think that's his aim. Stop the run, get good cover corners. Even though Aiden Hutchinson improved, it ain't enough for him to get after the passer on his own. So he's a very optimistic. He's a best case scenario a person. I'll tell you that right now, because I'm gonna tell you why I feel like that way. And as men don't operate like that. Let me tell you that most men operate in worst case scenario. We're bracing for the worst case scenario so we can prepare for that outcome. He's an optimist, and that's a bad trait to have as a man. I hate to say that. It's a bad trait to have, is being optimistic as a man. He like, well, I think Gavin Porter, he's been injured for 7 seasons. I believe the 8th is I'm just joking, but I think the 8th is going to be the one. Oh, Levi Enrique got a bad back injury, and God willing, he's going to pull through and be a Pro Bowler. He did shit but get injured. Josh Pascal had cancer and 30,000 other injuries. But he's going to be healthy when he put a Lions jersey on. And this Rackstraw tore this in college. He's going to be here and be fine. That's him. He's an optimist. I think Lee McNeil this year is going to bounce back, and he's going to get sacks this year, and that's enough help for Aiden Hutchinson and everybody. He's a dumb motherfucker, man. He's not going to admit to the fans that he's wrong about getting the proper edge. I'm telling you that right now. They're going to go through the draft. They're going to take a tackle, and they're going to take they're going to take a tight end or some shit. Well, I just feel like he's the best player on their board. And I'm telling y'all, the Lions shit is dead, bro. The Lions are DAED, and I spelled it backwards. They are dead. The juice is gone. I'm telling y'all, they let go of David Montgomery, bro. Mark my words. Jahmyr Gibbs gonna get hurt. He gonna get hurt. I promise you, especially if they pay him prematurely, he gonna get hurt. Mark my words. Mark my motherfucking words. I'm telling y'all how this shit go. I'm telling you, but I hit the link in the description. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, everything inside the link in the description. Say find me everywhere. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know, stick in the comment section. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Peace.